So, Patricia, we've been talking a bit about safety and particularly about Staggered Jog, so I guess we're going to do serious safety because we're a bit worried about it, aren't we? What's on your mind?
Yes. Well, as a runner, you're aware, or unaware, I should say, really. Once you're racing really hard and you're just focused on your pace and you tend to forget everything that's around you. And obviously, there are cars on the road as well as you and also bicycles. So it's definitely a danger, especially during the Staggered Jog, which is a race and we all want to do our best. And just sometimes we tend to forget everything around us.
Yeah, my insight was obviously a lot of those roads, and we're on roads the whole way, are 60 mile an hour limits. And if we're running in the opposite direction at 10 miles an hour, that's a closing speed of 70 miles an hour, which is like running on the slow lane of the motorway, right?
Gosh, that's such a shock to find that out. Actually.
Isn't it?
It is really a shock to find that out.
And I went back, it's a long time since I did my driving test, actually it's 30 years, and I looked at the stopping distances, and actually at 70 miles an hour, the stopping distance is 96 metres. That's like a full sprint at the track.
Nearly 100 metre race.
Yeah, and that was a real shock for me, I have to admit, and it made me think differently about some of the things for us, and I guess that's why we've come together with a few tips, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yes.
So we're going to jump in with some tips and actually go out, have a look at it in action, and some tips of how we can all hopefully be a bit safer.
Yeah.
It is fair to say that the Staggered Jog, as well as the fact there's no pavement, so you're sharing with cars all the way, there's also a few difficult points. So marked in red are the bends where if you take the racing line, you will be head on into cars and invisible to them. Then marked in blue are the two road crossings where the racing line means you can't see what's coming, and we'll talk about those. And then finally in black are the areas where there's really narrow sections that the cars just can't pass you, and so you need to run up on the verge to be safe.
We don't want to be killjoys, Jenny and I, but we just want to give you some 3 tips which will keep you safe and enable you to enjoy your Staggered Jog.
Most of our tips, our L's if you like, is about looking. So constantly not just thinking about our own running, but looking out, looking far ahead so we can see what's coming at us, and looking obviously for traffic, obviously looking at junctions, but also looking for holes like this, because as we all know, catch your toe in one of these and unfortunately you're probably not going to finish Staggered Jog running anymore. So L for looking. Second L is for listening, because here we are at Park Lane. This is one of our fastest crossings, and as you'll see, we really can't see what's coming until we're right out into the middle of the road. So we've got to listen, and that's why it's really important to follow the UK Athletics rule and not have any headphones in, because here we are now for the first time being able to see the traffic when we're right in the middle of the road. And of course we're now coming into the fast downhill section, which we're all looking forward to, but running fast and needing to look out for ourselves.
L is line. If you take a look, there's a tree in front of us and a small track to the side. On the way up, we follow the track by the tree up to the road so you can see ahead of you. And on the way back, we follow on the left-hand side.